Hi there, welcome to another episode of Watch Out, a channel that introduces movies which can scare you to death. In my last episodes you were introduced to 50 really scary movies. Now here are more of them. Number 67. The Phantom of the Opera is a 1962 British horror film directed by Terence Fisher, a loose adaptation of the 1910 novel Le Fantôme de l'Opéra by Gaston Leroux. The film was made by Hammer Film Productions but performed unsuccessfully at the box office. The corrupt Lord Ambrose Darcy, Michael Gough, steals the life's work of the poor composer Professor L. Petrie. Herbert Lom. In an attempt to stop the printing of music with Darcy's name on it, Petrie breaks into the printing office and accidentally starts a fire, leaving him severely disfigured. Years later, Petrie returns to terrorize a London opera house that is about to perform one of his stolen operas. Number 68. Black Sabbath, with the original title I Tre Volti della Paura, meaning The Three Faces of Fear, is a 1963 horror anthology film directed by Mario Bava. The film is centered on three separate tales that are introduced by Boris Karloff. The first, titled The Telephone, involves Michelle Mercier, who continually receives threatening telephone calls from an unseen stalker. The second is The Wordilak, where a man, Karloff, returns to his family after claiming to have slain a Wordilak, an undead creature who attacks those that it had once loved. The third story, The Drop of Water, is centered on Jacqueline Pira, a nurse who steals a ring from a corpse that is being prepared for burial and finds her haunted by the ring's original owner after arriving home. Number 69. Another Italian movie, Preda Bionda, known as Girl in Trouble, is a crime drama of 1963. The stars in this movie are Tammy Clark, Ray Menard and Naomi Solitek. The story is about a bored farmer's daughter who sets out to make it in the big city. There she gets mixed up with freaks, perverts and degenerates and winds up a stripper in New Orleans. The title, Girl in Trouble, was used again for a movie of 2015. So make sure you are watching the right movie. Number 70. The Naked Witch is a color, regional 1964 American horror film, produced by Claude Alexander, and written and directed by Larry Buchanan. It stars Libby Hall, Robert Short and Joe Merriman. The film was shot in 1960 and has a copyright date of 1961 but was not released until 1964. It tells the story of a university student who travels to Texas, where he inadvertently restores a dead witch to life. She then takes revenge on the Schoenig family, one of whom, her lover, had denounced her a century earlier. The student falls under the spell of the witch but recovers in time to save Kirska, the only remaining Schoenig, before he himself kills the witch again. The film is often confused with another regional movie, also titled The Naked Witch, also known as The Naked Temptress, a lost film directed by Andy Milligan in New Jersey in 1967. Number 71. Blood and Black Lace, with original title, Sei dun per assassino, is an Italian giallo meaning detective movie directed by Mario Bava, released in 1964. Bava co-wrote the screenplay with Giuseppe Barilla and Marcello Fondato. The film stars Cameron Mitchell and Eva Bartok. The story concerns the stalking and brutal murders of various scantily clad fashion models, committed by a masked killer in a desperate attempt to obtain a scandal-revealing diary. It is a landmark film in Italian cinema because it began the giallo genre. The giallo genre remains Italy's longest-running cinematic movement. Number 72. Night of Bloody Horror is a 1969 American horror film directed by Joy N. Hawk Jr. and starring Gerald McRaney for the first time. Wesley goes out on a killing spree while experiencing the nightmares of his brother, who was murdered 13 years ago. Number 73. Baby Love is a 1968 British drama film, directed by Alistair Reed and starring Anne Lynn, Keith Barron, Linda Hayden and Diana Dawes. The film tells the story of a 15-year-old schoolgirl who seduces her adoptive family after her mother committed suicide. Would you give a home to a girl like Lucci? Number 74. The Mighty Gorga is an American science fiction film. Released in 1969 by an independent company, the film is the brainchild of David L. Hewitt. The storyline concerns a couple hunting for a giant gorilla, the mighty Gorga, in Africa for financial gain. Number 75. Taste the Blood of Dracula is a 1970 British supernatural horror film produced by Hammer Film Productions. Directed by Peter Susdy from a script by Anthony Hines, it is the fifth installment in Hammer's Dracula series, and the fourth to star Christopher Lee as Count Dracula, the titular vampire. The film also features Jeffrey Keane and Gwen Watford. Taste the Blood of Dracula was released on a double bill alongside Crescendo, another Hammer production. It was followed by Scars of Dracula, also released in 1970. In the movie, three distinguished English gentlemen accidentally resurrect Count Dracula, killing a disciple of his in process. The Count seeks to avenge his dead servant, by making the trio die in the hands of their own children. Keep watching Watch Out for another set of interesting movies coming up. Stay safe.